back to ILTV on the hour. We're live from Israel, bringing you the biggest headlines of the last hour. I'm Devo Klein, and here is your roundup of the latest updates that are coming out of the region. The IDF is pounding Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. An IDF announcement from this morning confirmed that terror targets were struck by Israeli fighter jets in the Tyre area, as Hezbollah's reconstruction unit attempted to rebuild near the border with Israel. This in blatant violation of the U.S. brokered ceasefire signed in November a year ago. But in recent hours, the cross-border clashes have escalated, with the IDF sending evacuation warnings to two Lebanese Hezbollah-controlled towns in southern Lebanon. The IDF spokesperson said that Israeli jets began a string of strikes in the area, dismantling terror infrastructure belonging to Hezbollah. The terror group continues attempts to rebuild its terror capabilities, to act against Israeli civilians despite the ceasefire and Lebanese attempts to disarm the terror group. Israel's security cabinet is set to meet tonight at 6 p.m. Israel time to discuss the plans for the northern front. And overnight, Israel received the body of another slain hostage. The IDF has now announced the identity of the body. He is Joshua Lolitu Molel, a Tanzanian citizen aged just 21 years old when he was kidnapped. Joshua was an agronomy student who arrived in Israel for agricultural training in the Gaza envelope. He was taken by Hamas from the cowshed in Nahal Oz in which he was working. According to the information and intelligence available to the IDF, he was murdered by Hamas on October 7th, and his body was abducted to the Gaza Strip. Joshua leaves behind his parents, 3 sisters, and a brother. And as the heartache continues for the families still waiting for the return of the bodies of their loved ones, even the living hostages who were returned from Hamas captivity are in great pain and now sharing harrowing details from captivity. One such hostage is Rom Braslavsky, who was just 21 years old when he was abducted from the Nova Music Festival on October 7, 2023. Now, Rom, unlike many of the other hostages taken on that dark day, was held by Palestinian Islamic Jihad, that's a rival faction to Hamas in the enclave. Now, with much starker ideologies and harsher methods, when the PIJ released the very first sign-of-life video of Rom in captivity, it was clear to most that the young Israeli had endured unfathomable torture. Today, we have his testimony, and it's just as dark as you would imagine. Take a listen to a clip that was taken from the interview.
הפשיטו אותי עם כל הבגדים, תחתונים, הכל. קשרו אותי כשאני לא לובש כלום, כאילו, אני קרוע מת בלי אוכל. אני מתפלל, כאילו, לאלוהים, תוציא אותי מזה כבר. אתה אומר, כאילו, כמו נתפאה.
איך אתה קורא למה שעשו לך? תקיפה מינית?
חד משמעית. כן.
Heartbreaking. And Rom also added that the PIJ tried converting him to Islam, but he insisted on preserving his Jewish identity. Today, Rom is home and recovering slowly, but his testimony broke the spirit of so many Israelis who were praying for his safety. Knowing he endured this torture for over 700 days is just heart-shattering. And Rom is not the only former hostage speaking up about sexual assault conducted by Islamic fanatic terrorist ideology. Elizabeth Surkov was kidnapped while conducting academic research in Baghdad. She was kidnapped in March 2023 after being lured to a cafe in Baghdad under the pretense of an academic meeting. Her captors later uncovered that she was held in Israeli citizenship and began treating her as a spy. Elizabeth gave her testimony to the New York Times Magazine, where she detailed her abuse. Elizabeth recounts being tied up and beaten repeatedly until she lost consciousness. She said, quote, "They basically used me as a punching bag." Surkov's testimony also includes her being electrocuted as a means of torture and being sexually assaulted. And that is a wrap for this edition of ILTV on the Hour. I am Devo Klein. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you scan that QR code on your screen to check out our ILTV app. Have a good day.